Do you know Qatar want to stop giving gas to Europe? Guess what? Europe has to beg China now to convince Qatar for gas, and Qatar is already thinking of selling the gas to China. The irony of this situation is, Qatar is a tiny nation, but very powerful with energy reserves, and their influence on Europe is so powerful that they are now the largest supplier of gas to Europe. If they diversify to China, then Europe will be plunged into crisis. Let's find out together, guys. Hello and welcome back to Innovative Check YouTube channel, where we delve into the innovative and transformative projects changing our world. If you are new to the channel and enjoy learning about innovation stories around the world, you've come to the right place. Please subscribe, like, and comment to help boost our videos on YouTube. Qatar, a small yet influential country in the Middle East, possesses the world's third largest reserves of natural gas. Its decision to potentially redirect liquefied natural gas, LNG, away from Europe is not just an economic move but a significant geopolitical statement. Historically, Qatar has been a reliable supplier of LNG to Europe, helping to diversify the continent's energy sources away from reliance on Russian gas. Just a quick reminder to hit the like button below. YouTube has been restricting my videos a lot recently because of bots. So your like does help out this video massively in terms of the algorithm in YouTube. However, recent developments suggest a shift in Qatar's strategy. The TotalEnergies deal highlights this change, as it allows for the diversion of LNG to non-European countries if deemed necessary. This move can be seen as a reaction to several factors, including the fluctuating global energy demand, the changing dynamics in the LNG market, and the geopolitical tensions involving the US and EU. For the EU to potential redirection of Qatari LNG poses a substantial challenge. Europe's energy landscape has been under stress, especially since the Russian invasion of Ukraine, leading to a scramble for alternative energy sources. The EU's energy policies have been increasingly focused on reducing dependence on Russian gas, and Qatari LNG has been seen as a crucial component of this strategy. The uncertainty surrounding Qatari supplies could force Europe to accelerate its transition to renewable energy. While this aligns with the EU's long-term goals of achieving carbon neutrality by 2050, the short-term implications could be severe, potentially leading to energy shortages and increased prices. The US has also been significantly impacted by these developments. As a major player in the global LNG market, the US has interest in ensuring a stable and diversified energy supply for its allies in Europe. The potential redirection of Qatari gas supplies away from Europe could increase the continent's reliance on US LNG, thereby strengthening the US geopolitical influence, but also putting additional pressure on its LNG supply chain. Furthermore, the US has been critical of European reliance on Russian energy sources. The situation with Qatar adds another layer to this complex relationship, potentially leading to more diplomatic discussions and negotiations to ensure energy security for Europe. If you are enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to subscribe, share the video and comment. The decision by Qatar and the subsequent agreements with companies like TotalEnergies and Shell indicate a shifting landscape in the global LNG market. There is an increasing trend towards longer-term contracts, reflecting the growing importance of LNG in the global energy mix. However, these long-term contracts are also becoming more flexible, allowing for redirection of supplies based on market conditions and political considerations. This flexibility is a double-edged sword for importing countries. On one hand, it provides suppliers like Qatar with the ability to maximize profits and leverage their resources strategically. On the other hand, it introduces a level of uncertainty for importing countries, which now have to contend with the possibility of sudden changes in supply. The environmental impact of these developments cannot be overlooked. The reliance on LNG, although cleaner than coal or oil, still contributes to carbon emissions. The EU's goal of carbon neutrality by 2050 might be at odds with increased LNG imports, unless complemented with significant investments in renewable energy sources. Climate activists have criticized companies like TotalEnergies for their continued investment in fossil fuels. While companies argue that gas is a necessary transition fuel, there is growing pressure to accelerate the shift to renewables. Looking ahead, the EUA and the US must prepare for multiple scenarios. These include the potential for reduced LNG supplies from Qatar, increased competition for LNG from other regions, and the need to balance short-term energy needs with long-term climate goals. The EU may need to expedite its transition to renewable energy sources, invest in energy efficiency, and possibly seek alternative gas suppliers. The US, on the other hand, might find itself in a position to supply more LNG to Europe, but this would require scaling up infrastructure and managing its own energy needs. Qatar's decision to potentially cut gas supplies to Europe is a significant development in the global energy market, with far-reaching consequences for the EU, the US, and the global transition to renewable energy. The situation underscores the complex interplay between energy security, geopolitical interests, and environmental concerns. The economic implications of Qatar's potential redirection of LNG supplies are profound for Europe, which is already grappling with rising energy costs and inflation. Any further reduction in gas supplies could exacerbate these issues. Energy prices are a critical component of overall economic stability, and higher prices can lead to increased costs for businesses and consumers alike. This scenario could slow down economic recovery post-pandemic, impacting industries, employment rates, and overall economic growth. For Qatar, this move is also economically strategic. By diversifying its customer base and not being overly reliant on any single region, Qatar can maximize its revenues from LNG exports. In the global LNG market, demand dynamics are constantly shifting, with emerging economies in Asia, particularly China and India, increasing their LNG consumption. By having the flexibility to divert gas supplies, Qatar can respond more effectively to these changing market dynamics. Energy security has become a paramount concern for many countries, and the situation with Qatar accentuates this. The potential reduction in Qatari gas highlights the risks of over-reliance on a limited number of energy suppliers. This realization could spur European nations to diversify their energy sources further. Diversification strategies might include increasing investments in renewable energy, exploring alternative gas suppliers, and potentially investing in energy storage technologies to buffer against supply disruptions. For the US, ensuring energy security for its European allies is also a strategic concern. The US might consider increasing its LNG export capacity to provide a more reliable supply to Europe. However, this would need to be balanced against domestic energy needs and environmental considerations. If you are enjoying this video so far, please don't forget to subscribe, share the video, and comment. The situation also has potential diplomatic ramifications. Qatar's decision could strain its relationships with European countries, particularly if it is seen as undermining Europe's energy security. At the same time, it presents an opportunity for the US to strengthen its ties with European allies by potentially stepping in as a more reliable energy supplier. This development could influence the broader Middle East dynamics, where energy resources play a crucial role in geopolitical strategies. The decision by Qatar might prompt other regional players to reevaluate their energy export strategies, leading to new alliances and partnerships. The issue brings into sharp focus the need for a faster transition to renewable energy. Europe's dependency on imported fossil fuels, whether from Russia or Qatar, highlights the risks associated with this dependence. Accelerating the shift to renewable sources like wind, solar, and hydroelectric power is not only crucial for meeting climate goals, but also for enhancing energy security. Renewable energy projects, however, face their own set of challenges, including the need for significant investment, technological advancements, and infrastructure development. The transition also needs to be managed in a way that ensures energy affordability and reliability. The potential gas supply cut could have direct implications for consumers in Europe. Higher energy prices can lead to increased living costs, impacting the most vulnerable populations the hardest. This situation could lead to social unrest, as seen in previous instances where spikes in energy prices led to public protests. Governments might need to intervene with subsidies or other measures to cushion the impact on consumers, but such interventions have their own fiscal implications, especially in an environment of strained public finances. Companies like TotalEnergies and Shell, which are involved in these long-term LNG contracts, need to navigate a complex landscape. While securing long-term supplies is crucial, they also face pressure to align their business strategies with global climate goals. Balancing profitability with environmental responsibility is becoming increasingly challenging in the energy sector. The LNG market itself is likely to see increased volatility and competition. With more players entering the market and demand patterns shifting, price fluctuations could become more frequent, impacting both suppliers and consumers. Thank you for your attention, and I welcome your thoughts and questions on this complex and vital subject. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to get exclusive videos about how phenomenally China is developing and growing its influence. Your subscriptions and likes motivate us to generate more content, so please keep supporting us. Check out this video showing on your screen right now, and I will see you on the other side.